I got this in a fairly cheap price and it's such a bargain, but then there was a little bit of a drawback, but then again, still a bargain. Hey guys, it's Girard Texan from Dayside TV. I'm an educator, filmmaker, and a digital content creator. And today we're going to be talking about the Canon C300 Mark II and if it's worth it in 2020 or 2021. So before that, let's do our thumbnail picture for this video. I'm not going to be talking about like all the comparison between this and the C300 Mark III or the newer cameras out there like the RED Komodo or whatever. I'm just going to be talking about how this camera is still beneficial for creators like myself and other creators. Let me tell you about my experience, and the last video I shot with this is the Pokemon Go in 2020, and I shot it with the same setup that I have here. I have the Canon 50mm 1.2L lens. It was so awesome to shoot this on the field outside, and I'm gonna tell you guys like the things I like about this and the things I don't like about this. So first things first, during the shoot of the Pokemon Go in 2020, it was one thing that I like about Canon cameras and specifically cinema cameras is the ease of use. You know, it's so easy to use. I've been shooting with the Canon C100 for like years and decided to upgrade to something that could shoot 4K, and this camera is it. And on the field, it's pretty easy to use. I get to set it up so easily with the ISO, the shutter, and the white balance and everything here, like right here on the side. It was easy just to like set up the settings and everything. And the other thing I love about this is, of course, the dual pixel autofocus. It's always on point. And one thing definitely that I found very useful, especially on the field during a bright sunny day, is the ND filters. And that's something that's like a little bit of a hassle to change in a DSLR cameras, you know, whereas this one's just with a push of a button and the filters are right there. And overall, with what I mentioned, the shoot went well. It was without a hitch. It had enough battery life. The settings I used was C-Log and 1080 HD because I didn't really want to shoot it in 4K because it is just a YouTube video. Probably more serious projects I would probably use 4K for it, but for that video a lower quality is fine. But then I decided that, like, you know, I wanted to color it really well, and one thing that this camera does and the C100 doesn't do is it shoots in 10-bit 422, and of course I could have buffed it up to 12-bit, but 10-bit is good enough because it is just a short video for YouTube. So the 10-bit 422 is pretty good enough for a good color correction for the footage and then color grading, and it made a big difference in the mood that I was trying to do with that particular video. So I'm going to talk about a little bit of a backstory of how I obtained this camera. It actually, you know, I just got it out of the blue. To give you some context, the C300 Mark II right now would cost you around $7,500. And because, you know, the Canon C300 Mark III just came out, it's an awesome camera, probably something that I would want to get in the future. It's over like $10,000 just for the base unit. And it's, you know, even this one right now, I mean, like, even a new version of this one is super expensive that it's hard to actually figure out like if I really do need to invest in a newer version of this or C300 Mark III. But I got this in a fairly cheap price and it's such a bargain, but then there was a little bit of a drawback, but then again, still a bargain for a camera with this caliber of like features. I got this on eBay for about $3,000. And the crazy thing about that is that's the time when eBay didn't charge any tax at all. So it was just $2,999.99 with everything, including the box, the manuals, and it's pretty worth it if you ask me. So with such a cheap option, there has to be some type of drawbacks. One main thing is that like B card slot doesn't work. I could definitely just use one card slot, it's fine. I don't do dual recording. It actually has about 800 recording hours, I think it's okay, because anything above 1,000 I would reconsider, but like anything under 1,000, it's fine. You know, if it's under 500 hours, it'll be okay too. I mean, it will be the best option. But 800, I mean, it's still fine. It still has a lot of life left. The joint for the monitor is a little bit loose. Yeah, so that's the crappy thing about, you know, purchasing a used thing, is like, you know, I knew it beforehand, but for $3,000 I think it was worth it, even though it can't record in a second card slot, and it has 800 hours, and there's some loose joints here. As long as it still records really great quality and it has no dead pixels, or you know, everything's still working, which I tested it out, it still does, and it's worth it for 3,000 bucks. Right now on eBay, this is going for about $6,000 to $5,000, and I still think it's kind of worth it, especially if you are going to be producing a little bit more serious work, or you need something that's like really a workhorse of a camera, you know, and you want to make yourself look professional in front of your clients, because, you know, going in with just a DSLR versus something like this will make you look a little bit more professional, or know that you're serious about your work. You know, even though you could definitely produce great footage and great work with DSLRs or anything, as long as you're a talented filmmaker or digital content creator, but you know, a lot of people don't understand like the difference between it. They say sometimes bigger is better, so might as well, if you do have the funds, think of something like this. If you like this type of content, remember to give this a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification button so you could know when we have new videos coming out, and we will have great, awesome videos for you. So you tell me in the comment section below, would you consider getting something like this at a good price, maybe for like $3,000? Would you actually get it with one broken card slot and loose joints and stuff, with 800 hours of recording? Do you think I got a good deal for $3,000 with this? Of course, just to let you guys know, it didn't come with the lens and the mic. It was my own, but for the body itself, $3,000 with those thing. Tell me in the comment section below.